540 WAUK, Milwaukee's real news and great conversation. And now on your FM dial at 100.3. Here's your Daily News Roundup.
With local news on 540 WAUK on 100.3 FM, I'm Stuart J. Waddles. The Milwaukee Archdiocese is facing a lawsuit from a woman who says she was sexually assaulted by a teacher in 2013. The teacher, identified as Kevin Bulow, is serving a 26-year prison sentence for sexually assaulting girls at St. Matthias Catholic School in Milwaukee and Holy Apostle School in New Berlin. The lawsuit claims St. Matthias school leaders were warned about the abuse but chose not to investigate the complaints or report them to law enforcement. Those rescued from a fire early yesterday got out through a window. An early morning apartment fire in Milwaukee forced dramatic rescues and displaced dozens of people. Firefighters say 5 were pulled from windows after flames broke out at just 1 a.m. near 14th Street in West Highland. The fire spread to an upper floor, leading crews to call in extra help. Everyone did get out safely, and officials say smoke detectors gave people an early warning. The Red Cross was brought in to help those forced out of their homes. Milwaukee Brewers players are helping lead a major relief effort for earthquake victims in Venezuela as the first 27 tons of donated supplies head south. The shipment, organized by Forward Latino, includes food, water, and medical items collected across Wisconsin. William Contreras and Jackson Churio partnered with local churches to make it happen. The supplies have reached Miami and will soon be sent to hard-hit communities. You might want to dust off the rabbit ears because Bucks games are going back to free TV this season. The team says all games will air on My24, marking the first time in more than 30 years the full season will be available over the air. The move comes after the Bucks' longtime cable partner shut down. People can still watch on cable, satellite, and YouTube TV as well. The team is working on its own streaming option. And get ready for another stretch of heat, with cooling centers opening as temperatures climb earlier in the week. Officials are urging people to stay hydrated and to check on others. And that's the local update. It's all news all morning, 6 to 9 on 540 WAUK on 100.3 FM. News anytime at WAUKradio.com. I'm Stuart J. Waddles.
For Civic Media News, I'm Connie Fellman. A popular national park in the UP is closing campgrounds after a wolf got a little too close for campers' comfort. Isle Royale park officials say over the past week, a wolf's been seen sniffing and pawing at tents, dragging backpacks away from tents, even going inside one tent. According to a news release, the wolf has become increasingly bold and shows signs of growing reliant on human food. Authorities say they'll increase their wolf deterrent efforts, which include air horns, paintball guns, and installing an alarm to alert visitors when a wolf comes around. The goal is to reopen by August 1st, but the closure may continue along with additional deterrent efforts if necessary. State authorities want to know what you think about Wisconsin state parks. Here's Civic Media's James Kelly.
The Department of Natural Resources is still seeking public input on an update to the Wisconsin State Park System's strategic plan. According to a press release, the updated plan seeks to summarize the conditions of Wisconsin's state parks, identify any potential issues and opportunities to address, and serve as a strategic management guideline for a 10-year period. Residents interested in providing their feedback can learn more about the current strategic plan on the DNR's website and complete an online survey. I'm James Kelly for Civic Media News.
Public comments will be accepted until August 4th. The Wisconsin Department of Trade and Consumer Protection has issued a public health alert for a bratwurst that's been mislabeled and could contain undeclared allergens. The brats are the Reuben-flavored bratwurst produced by Racco Family Sausage, located just outside Madison. Health officials say the brats contain soy and egg, which is not declared on the label. They want to make sure anyone who's allergic to soy or egg knows not to eat these brats. A statement on the company's Facebook page says the mistake happened on 9 pounds of brats. They were sold frozen at the Racco Family Sausages location in Judah. 3 people went missing over the weekend when their pontoon boat capsized on Lake Pepin along the Wisconsin-Minnesota border. Wabasha County deputies say they got a call around 10:45 Saturday night that people in the lake were screaming for help. First responders found 3 people in the lake holding on to an overturned pontoon boat. They told responders 3 others had been on the boat but couldn't be found. More than a dozen law enforcement agencies searched through the night with boats, drones, and helicopters. As of 10:30 Sunday morning, the people had still not been found. WCCO TV News is reporting that the search operation has now turned to a recovery effort. Authorities say the pontoon boat flipped over after crashing with another boat in the dark. An invasive plant species never before found in Wisconsin has now been confirmed in the state. Civic Media's Maddie Schaefer tells us why the discovery could pose a threat to our native species.
The Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources says pale swallowwort was recently discovered along the Oconto and Shawano County line. The DNR says the discovery makes early detection especially important to prevent the vine from becoming established and spreading to other parts of the state. The vine grows over native vegetation, crowding out plants in forests and grasslands. It can also harm monarch butterflies, which mistake it for native milkweed. Due to those impacts, pale swallowwort is classified as a prohibited invasive species in Wisconsin. More information on identifying and reporting pale swallowwort is available through the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources. For Civic Media News, I'm Maddie Schaefer.
Anyone who believes they've found pale swallowwort is encouraged to report it to the DNR with photos and the location of the plant. We've got another heat wave to start out our work week. The National Weather Service has issued a heat advisory or extreme heat warning for the top 2/3 of our state. Details coming up in the forecast. And that's your state news update. I'm Connie Fellman for Civic Media News.
It's the Home Run Derby. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with sports. Baseball's best hitters to compete in the Home Run Derby tonight at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. But for the first time in 32 years, it won't be on ESPN. Instead, the Derby's on Netflix. Coverage beginning tonight at 7 p.m. Now, yesterday, the Brewers lost to the Pirates 14-5. One of the worst performances by the crew this season. Pittsburgh scored 10 runs in the fourth inning. Starter Robert Gasser tagged with the loss, giving up 7 earned runs. That completed a 3-game sweep of the Brewers over the weekend. Manager Pat Murphy.
Guys are trying their hearts out. Guys, not everybody's on all cylinders right now, but we're going to set a record for wins in the first half in the franchise. We haven't had too many of these back-to-back losses all year.
Now the Brewers have off until Friday night when they host the Florida Marlins. NFL, Packers linebacker Isaiah McDuffie has signed a 1-year contract extension that keeps him in Green Bay through next year, worth $4.8 million. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
It is going to be a hot, humid one today, mostly sunny with a high right around 95. That heat index today in the upper 90s to near 100. Tonight, mostly clear with a low in the low to mid 70s. Tomorrow, sunny and hot again with a high in the mid 90s. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable.
That's your Milwaukee News Roundup from WAUK. Find more news anytime at WAUKradio.com/news. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts.